Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Why is everyone talking about Flare networks? I think the guys over at Nansen AI had the answer. They did a really great write-up on Flare networks and the FLR token and the enshrined protocols on Flare network, which is a layer one EVM blockchain. We're going to get into that. Happy Sunday. Yeah, been out of town on some business, standing on business. Been out of town for over the weekend, so just got back today. The market is going cray cray in the streets right now. What happened to Bitcoin? We're gonna get into that as well. But yeah, bro, everyone is talking about Flare networks. You know, one of the interesting things I say about my channel every now and then is this channel allows me to kind of harken back to my old days, kind of growing up, uh, which is kind of fun to kind of do that stuff. Now, of course, when I was out of town on standing on business, that was the marketer in the business, CJ. But yeah, doing the channel, you know, you get a chance to kind of do that. So I really enjoy doing it. I appreciate you guys putting up with my high school self. So what's going on, Pookie Pookie? How are you, my friend? Appreciate you checking in. Catherine McClellan. Hi, everyone. I feel like it's been a long time, Catherine. We missed you. We missed you. Appreciate you checking in today. Everyone is talking about Flare Networks. Every time I get on X, it's another post, a post after another post, a post after another post about Flare Networks. I think that's interesting um, that that's happening. I really, really do. If you understand the market and how the market works, those sleeper tokens that just they 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 just jump onto the scene. Remember, X is about you're seeing a bunch of stuff on Flare because you're liking and reposting and posting and right about Flare. So you see a bunch of it. But I get this feeling that Flare Network is going to do a Caspa type move in this cycle. I have a feeling like just because you and I know about a Pokey Pokey doesn't mean everyone else knows. I just get this feeling, but it has a like it just has enough tension, enough attention, enough mind share, enough utility, enough real use case, enough in its own lane, doing its own thing, grabbing market share, grabbing mind share to be a sleeper in this next cycle. It has the makings for that for sure. It really, really does. Now, Sui is not a sleeper. Sui came on the scene last cycle. It's not really a sleeper this cycle, right? 2021 cycle, whatever that was. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to cover this article, this write-up from Nansen. I really want to cover that. I want to cover a video that I saw on X. I think it's from Flare Community. I think it's from Flare Community. D. Dre, what's good? Yo, Siege, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you, my friend. So yeah, I was out of town, standing on some business there, learning a ton about some stuff about debt. And I got to tell you, what an eye opener the way the banks have manipulated the system, and people just don't understand their mortgages. They don't understand um, their line of credits. They don't understand their credit cards. Like it's alarming. We all know the numbers about the debt. You know, it's not just the country of America. It's not just the United States debt. It's corporate debt. It's individual retail debt. It's just debt, 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 debt. Now, corporations, since they can print money, governments rather, since they can print money, you know, but for you and I, they don't just we don't get a reset, right? We don't get a reset. So anyway, yeah, I learned a lot about this stuff. I can't wait to bring it to you guys because it's alarming to know not to know the amount of people that are in debt and have no idea that they've been hoodwinked, that we have been hoodwinked and bamboozled and focusing on the wrong things. Um, Finally, there's a lifeline I can't wait to share with you guys. Really, just some really good stuff. So, in any case, let me go over this market, man. I mean, I was kind of excited on the. I felt like I was excited on the way home, and then the market. What happened? It was 111, and I saw a crazy candle. Like, where did that come from? Let me get this. I can get CoinGecko to refresh. Um, and I'll share that with you guys. I mean, it was just 111,000 like 10 minutes ago. It's back up to 112. Well, that's good to see. All right, let me share. Um, share there, share there. Let's go over the marker real quick, and then we're going to go over this article to share with you guys. I got to tell you, interesting times to be an early adopter in this new asset class as the digital asset space. Telling you. So according to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap, it's over 4 trillion. Interesting. It's over 4 trillion, even with Bitcoin um, tanking the way it is. Interesting. Uh, in the last 24 hours, Bitcoin is down 1.4%. It's 4.02 trillion in total cryptocurrency market cap. We're going to refresh the Bitcoin dominance and see what's good there. Let's see if we can't get out of 50. What? Hold on a second. Is that 57 right? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Look at that. 57%. Wow. Yep. Yeah, that's definitely kind of like mid to latter part of phase two, maybe the latter part of the latter part of phase two. 57.76% Bitcoin dominance, which means if we take a look at the ETH versus BTC chart, that's got to be doing a little something as well. I'm glad I'm getting ready to hook up with my guy Steve from Flare Forward about Cyclo. Cyclo Finance, Cyclo on Flare Network. Look at that. Look at that. Mm-hmm. I know I saw 4,900 Ethereum at one time as well. I'm glad I made a little small play. I guess I'm going to be rotating the liquid BTC I got. I'm going to be rotating that, I guess. The liquid BTC. Yep. So yeah, look at that. The ETH versus BTC. That chart's looking really, really good, and that means ETH is outperforming Bitcoin. So yeah, look at that. Friday. These are daily candles. That's nice. That's nice, as we like to say. Real, real nice. All right, let's see. So Bitcoin is trading at $112,700 again. On a 30-day, Bitcoin's down 3%. Ethereum is trading at $4,792. I saw $4,900. I think just before we took off this morning. Ethereum is up 31% on the 30-day. I'll take it. I only took small positions, man. Small. First it was 200, there was 400, it was 500. Small position, but I'll take it. XRP is trading at $3.03 again. On the 30-day, XRP is down 1.3%. Solana is trading at $204 again. And on the 30-day, it's at 12.2%. This is really that. I think if you look at the path of alt seasons, we're about 2.5, 2.75, right? Kind of right in between 2 and 3. Solana's making its move. I bet you if I check the Solana versus BTC chart, forgive me why I try to find this chart. Forgive me. Forgive me. You see, SOL versus BTC trading view. Let's see if I can get that. Thank you. See if I can get that. See if we're getting some kind of chart that's worth taking a look at. Full chart? Is that it? I don't know if that's it. Oh no, yeah, it is. Okay. Well, there's that over the weekend. There's that. Wednesday the 20th. there's that. Yep. Starting to finally outperform BTC. I don't know if I want to take a look at XRP, but there it is. That's Solana. That's a good, really, really good sign for getting into the large cap weighted portfolios, large cap weighted portfolios. All right, so there it is. There, that's good to see. What do we got? Dogecoin's trading at 23 cents again on the 30-day. It's up 2.5%. So our beloved is trading at $3.68 on the 30-day. It's down 3%. This for me is really, really good because I think this is perfect time for a little bit of a pullback. Yeah, interesting to see Solana doing its thing there. Solana's 110 market cap. SOE is 12. Yeah, so cool. That's the market, fam. And the market is doing what the market does. Let me go over and welcome some new people into the stream. Barbie, I knew you were going to check in. I knew you were going to check in, Barb. How are you, miss? Appreciate you checking in. Jojo773. Can you explain DeFi? I want passive income. Yeah, I can. What ecosystem are you talking about, Jojo? Welcome to the stream. And which ecosystem are you thinking of participating? Appreciate you guys checking in, guys. Do me a favor, hit that like button. That'd be really, really awesome. We always like to have just as many likes as we have viewers in the stream. It really helps to get the channel out to more people like JoJo want to learn more about DeFi. I'm hoping, especially Flare Network DeFi on Flare. That's what I'm hoping, JoJo. Hoping that's what you're liking to do. I'm going to be doing a lot more on Flare DeFi here. We got to wait for kind of a little bit of an announcement. Yeah, and then I'm going to be doing a lot of things Flare networks, especially Flare DeFi for sure. Appreciate you guys checking in. What's going on, Hydro? How are you, my friend? Let me go over this article. I appreciate you guys being here. Nansen put this out. I thought this was really, really interesting. It says, what is Flare Network? FLR token and interoperability guide from Nansen, Nansen.ai. Interesting stuff. Again, everybody is talking about Flare networks, man. Everybody is talking about Flare networks. Let me see something real quick. Of course, Flare is talking Flare network. Who I don't know what the DeFi plug is, talking Flare network. Of course, Scepter is talking all things on Flare, including Luminite, the newest wallet. There's a Flare blinker. My guy Steve, who just again the insights for Flare and DeFi on Flare. This dude is really, really good. Make sure you follow him on his YouTube channel as well. Really, really good. There's Moon Chaser. She was at the Japan meetup. Right? I mean, I just every time Coin Bureau. Oh boy. Our Amy over at marketing at Flare Networks, in a nice subtle way said, "Hey, told you we were right." So Layer Zero put this out. The Stargate DAO has approved our acquisition of Stargate. We spent 4 years building the rails to reinvent how value moves. Today, we accelerate our network's effect. I'm going to cover this later. But the TLDR here from Amy was, told you we were right. Yeah, that's the long and short of that. Let me go over this article. Barbie, did you see this article, Barbie? What is Flare Network? FLR token interoperability guide. Flare Network is and I always is it Flare Networks or Flare Network? I'm getting some clarification on that. Is it like their X handle, which has at Flare Networks, or is it Flare Network? No plural. Flare Network is a layer 1 blockchain, EVM blockchain, designed to solve one of crypto's biggest challenges, interoperability. It enables different blockchains, especially those that don't support smart contracts like Bitcoin, XRP, and Dogecoin, soon to be XLM for those in the back, to interact and transact securely. Using its innovative state connector, FLR brings off-chain and cross-chain data onto the blockchain in a decentralized, verifiable way. Combined with its FLR time series oracle, the FTSO, for decentralized price feeds, the network provides essential infrastructure for cross-chain DeFi, NFT interoperability, and dApps that rely on real-time multi-chain data. Wondering what FLR Network is and why it's gaining attention in the crypto space? This blockchain platform has carved a unique niche, by solving one of crypto's biggest challenges, connecting different blockchains together. Let's break down what makes FLR special and why you might want it on your investment radar. The FLR Network explained. FLR Network is a blockchain that specializes in blockchain interoperability. We just said that, connecting separate blockchain ecosystems that typically can't communicate with each other. Think of it as a universal translator that allows Bitcoin to talk to Ethereum or XRP to interact with Dogecoin. And it's interesting because when most people think about FLR networks, they think of a blockchain for data and that mantra of data is the new oil, and not really kind of putting together that it's an interoperability blockchain. And interoperability, that has been everyone knows that we need to get there. Everyone's discovered that way back as 2017, that we need to get there. The interoperability was going to be the thing, and we needed to get there. That fragmented liquidity is a challenge. We need to change that. So unlike FLR, wait a minute, here, make sure I didn't miss anything. Key point, FLR doesn't just connect blockchains. It brings the utility of smart contracts to networks that don't natively support them. Unlike many projects that promise future solutions, FLR is already operational with its distinctive approach to cross-chain communications. It uses proof-of-stake consensus mechanism, making it more energy efficient than proof-of-work alternatives while maintaining security and decentralization. The building blocks of FLR Network: Stake Connector, the information highway is a good way of putting it. The Stake Connector is FLR's standout technology. This system securely brings off-chain information onto the blockchain without relying on centralized intermediaries. An important fact people overlook it because people can get focused on Wind Moon and what's the price of their token and whose blockchain is better than the other chain. In my opinion, my humble opinion, we should be focused on these intermediaries and being able to, as much as possible, say, bye, Felicia. See you later. See you later. We don't need you. Right? How it works. Captures data about transactions on other blockchains, uses the Merkle tree cryptography, I always have a hard time saying that, to verify the information's authenticity, creates a decentralized bridge between separate blockchain ecosystems. A decentralized bridge between separate blockchain ecosystems. You understand? Again, I'll say it once, I say it 1,000 times. FLR Networks is just holding fast and steady with what I believe is the true crypto ethos, true decentralization, true security, and true scalability. Enables developers to build assets bridging tools with enhanced security. The key point, the Stake Connector solves the Oracle problem. Getting external data onto blockchains securely. You understand? And they do it in a novel way that reduces points of failure. Then there is the FLR time series oracle. The price whisperer. I like it. Nice. Guys and gals over at Nansen. The price whisperer. The FTSO provides reliable price data for various cryptos on the FLR network. Unlike traditional oracles, the FTSO works through a decentralized There's that decentralized word again. There's the D word again. The FTSO works through a decentralized network of data providers who compete to supply accurate information. What makes the FTSO valuable? Decentralized price fees reduce manipulation risk, incentivizes accuracy through the network's token economy, supports DApps development with reliable pricing data, enables complex financial applications on Flare. And I think this is something to note if you're in DeFi as well. A lot of the issues and a lot of the bugs or backdoors to enable hacks is the unreliable price data that these ecosystems are involved with. That is like the backdoor entry. Enables complex financial applications on Flare. Yeah, that's right. Like this collateralized debt protocols or positions protocols that's being built currently, a MakerDAO like or a Sky Protocol like platform being built on Flare networks, where XRP will be the collateral. Hello, you'll be able to mint yourself a stablecoin and get the work, but XRP will be the collateral. We already got a money market in kinetic dot markets. We already got one of those. Now we're going to get a Sky protocol or MakerDAO for the OGs like platform on Flare. The FLR token, Flare's native currency. The FLR token serves multiple functions within the Flare ecosystem. Number one, governance. Token holders can vote on network proposals. Validation, used in the network's proof of stake mechanism. And as rewards, distributed to users who contribute or participate to the FTSO system. Gas fees pays for transactions processing on the network. Recent price action has shown interest in FLR, but remember, says Nansen, that utility tokens should be evaluated primarily on their ecosystem adoption and usage rather than speculation alone. You know, Metcalfe's law, network adoption. The value is in protocol, right? How Flare stands out from other interoperability solutions. I didn't get to read this. We're reading this together. How Flare stands out from other interoperability solutions. The blockchain space has several projects focused on interoperability, like Polkadot, Cosmos, and Chainlink. Flare's approach differs in significant ways. Okay, Nansen, let's see. Non-invasive integration. Non-invasive integration. Flare connects to other blockchains without requiring them to change their protocols or implement new features. That's interesting. Flare connects to other blockchains without requiring them to change their protocols or implement new features. Focus, number two, focus on non-smart contract chains. While others connect smart contract platforms, Flare specifically brings smart contract functionality to chains that don't have it natively, like XRP, Dogecoin, etc. Bitcoin, XLM, I hear is in the running as well. Decentralized Oracle solutions. There's that D word again, Barbara. There's that D word again. The combination of the state connector and FTSO creates an on-chain Oracle system that's more decentralized than many alternatives. 4, developer-friendly environment. Flare supports multiple programming languages, making it accessible to a broader DeFi community, or developer community, excuse me. Real world applications on Flare. The practical uses of Flare extend beyond theoretical blockchain connections. Cross-chain asset movement, transfer value between different blockchains without centralized exchanges. Again, like, why are we here? It's it's a new financial systems, right? When you building this layer one out, don't you want to stick to that true crypto ethos, true decentralization, true security, true scalability? Like, like, dare to dream big. Go on a quest to just keep making the impossible possible without the shortcuts, without running to the dollar, chasing some profit, without sacrificing. It's awesome to be profitable, but are we sacrificing decentralization, scalability, and security to get there? And Flare Networks, you go on the team and saying, we don't have to do that. It's just an awesome way to build. I really do believe that. And I think more and more developers they're loving it. That someone is going to stick to that ethos, come hell or high water. I love it. So cross-chain asset movement, transfer value between different blockchains without centralized exchanges, expanded DeFi access, use Bitcoin in DeFi applications without wrapping, NFT interoperability, trade NFTs across different blockchain ecosystems. Without wrapping is a big deal because the wrapping end of that or part of that is a custodian. It's a intermediary that you kind of have to trust, that you have to rely on. You understand? It's a big deal. NFT interoperability, trade NFTs across different blockchain ecosystems, data-driven apps, build the apps that can access and use information from multiple blockchains. It's good stuff. Should you invest in Flare Network? Question mark. Certainly not financial advice. We here at the Crypto Seeds will never begin to tell you what to do with your money. Should you invest in Flare Network? As with any crypto investment, decision requires careful consideration, says Nansen. Here are some factors to weigh: potential strengths, considerations. So potential strengths are solves a real problem in the blockchain ecosystem. Solves a real problem in the blockchain ecosystem. Already has functioning technology, not just promises. Strong partnerships with established projects. Interesting, they say, like Ripple. Growing developer ecosystem. Considerations, competing interoperability solutions that exist. Adoption remains the key challenge. Regulatory uncertainty across chain solutions, around cross-chain solutions. Market volatility affects all crypto projects. Right? Key point, consider Flare as part of a diversified crypto portfolio, says Nansen. If you believe in the importance of blockchain interoperability and cross-chain communication. So nicely done, the guys and gals over at Nansen. But again, Barb, everyone is freaking talking about Flare Networks. I'm telling you, everybody is talking about Flare. It's unbelievable. Barbie says, thanks, CJ. Your stream always lifts my spirits. You're welcome, Barbie. Hope you got that situation with your automobile fixed up. Mix is in the building. Mix says, what Oracle problem? I'm telling you, everybody's talking about Flare Networks. It's interesting to me that's going on. Take a listen here to this little 1 minute thing here from Flare. I think this is Flare community. Does really good stuff with his editing and stuff like that. So let me start this from the beginning. Wait a minute. XRP is how XRP plugs into DeFi, staking, and yield. It's got a little logo here. It says Flare, the blockchain for data. Getting started, FXRP in 90 seconds. Nice. Again, everybody's talking about Flare. Everybody's doing content around Flare networks. There's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. All right, take a listen.
You love XRP. You believe in XRP. You've been holding it since 2017. What if you could earn yield and still diamond hand it? With Flare, you can transform those coins into F assets. Wow. Smart contract ready versions you can actually use in DeFi. That means earning yield, providing liquidity, or staking for rewards. No middlemen, no centralized bridges, no giving up control. Here's how it works. Pick an agent, lock up some collateral, and send XRP to the agent's address on XRPL. The minting process only takes a few minutes. The F-Asset system verifies everything and gives you shiny new FXRP, ready to plug into every DeFi protocol on the Flywheel and yield-generating chain. Want your original XRP back? No problem. Redeem anytime. Simple, secure, and trustless. Behind the scenes, a decentralized network of agents, liquidators, and challengers keeps the system running. Always over-collateralized, always on guard. Flare isn't just bridging XRP, it's building the entire financial stack around it. Learn more about what you can do with your FXRP in our next video.
In our next video, Flare Forward's got another series of videos coming out on it as well. Flare Forward, welcome to the Flare Networks family, right? And so, listen, it is awesome to see, but everyone is talking about Flare Networks for sure. If you don't know how to mint and redeem, you can watch my video on my channel, Crypto Siege, CEEJ. I just did a video recently on how to mint and redeem and provide Songbird collateral on Flare as well. On Songbird at the moment, testing, helping to test the FXRP version 1.2, which is really, really nice. Of course, I did it day one. Leader Alpha is another person. Leader Alpha is posting a bunch about Flare Networks as well. At Flare Networks processed nearly 1 million transactions yesterday, 56% of what the XRPL process says the wave is coming. So yeah, a lot of good things going on right now. Absolutely loving it. Flare says every action.
You love XRP. You believe in XRP.
Every action on Flare flows through one asset, FLR. It's important to note. The DeFi plug. I don't know who the DeFi plug is. He's talking about he, they, she. Talking about it, which is interesting. I don't buy into bridges because of APYs or hype periods. I buy when I see credible security before liquidity scale, says the DeFi plug. That's why I've been tracking FXRP version 1.2 since it went live on Songbird. This isn't marketing. It's Flare Networks proving their rails can hold in the wild before mainnet. How version 1.2 proves the rails, not the hype? The sequence isn't random. Internal test cycles, then zealot audits, then immunified bounties, then code for arena competition. That's a stacked approach, indeed, to removing single points of failure. Most teams talk about security first. Flare actually shipped it that way. For me, that's the alpha. Adoption compounds where trust compounds. Well said, on a great point, DeFi plug, the DeFi plug. It says how Flare removed retention risk. Interesting. Holders didn't need to click a single button. FXRP version 1.1 to version 1.2 was seamless. Every migration step you force on users is retention loss. By removing friction, Flare is showing they're designing for real adoption, not just demos. Nicely done, sir. Early signs of institutional confidence. Uphold, Vivo Power. These aren't short-term investors. They don't touch rails unless the infra clears an institutional bar. This dude writes like me. Do that, guy. Their early engagement tells me security isn't just a narrative. It's the price of entry for capital that actually moves markets. The XRP angle I'm watching. XRP has been sidelined in DeFi for years. FXRP is the unlock. Flare XRP is the unlock. Non-custodial minting. EVM composability. Yield paths that didn't exist before. The EVM composability is just bigger than what people are just, I don't know, they're just not wrapping their brain around it. I mentioned briefly about layer 0 acquiring Stargate. That's opening up tons of a massive ecosystem. You understand? It's pretty cool, especially for XRP holders. It's pretty cool. Well, we've been left behind. All right, so non-custodial EVM yield paths that didn't exist before. If Songbird holds, XRP goes from a dormant asset into a first-class DeFi primitive when Flare mainnet launches. That positioning is asymmetric. The DeFi plug says, my conviction, DeFi doesn't need more tokens. It needs bridges you can trust to carry real capital. FXRP version 1.2 is more than an upgrade. It's a signal. Flare is stacking security, simplifying UX, and pulling in institutional watchers before asking for adoption. If this stage prove out, XRP's role in DeFi changes permanently, and the market isn't pricing that in yet. Nice, my friend. Nice. Nicely done. Nicely done. Guys, do me a favor and hit that like button. That'd be really cool. If you didn't get a chance to do so on the way in, no worries. Just collapse the chat real quick. Go smash the like, then come back and hang out with the Crypto Siege and fam. And if you happen to be in that 55% or so of people that are hanging out, listening to and watching the Crypto Siege, do me a favor. If you've been enjoying this and other hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. Barbie says, yes, we've been here since day one, CJ. Intrigued. Yes, indeed, man, we have. When you know, you know. That's right. When you know, you know. Did I miss anyone checking in? I said hello to Mixed and D-Dre. I didn't miss anyone coming in. So everybody is talking about Flare Networks. Nansen really gave a great explanation as to why. And so did the DeFi plug. It's a great write-up right there. Rachel W. was in the building. Hi, CJ. Hopping on late. It's never too late to hop on. Miss, I appreciate you being here. Ski Mask Citizen says, good afternoon, Crypto Siege. And chat, hopefully all is well. Life is great. Just got back in town for a little business, some meetings, and some education, leveling up. Leveling it up because we need a new 1%. We need a 1%. I was learning a lot about credit, a lot about debt, a lot about HELOCs, personal line of credits, the massive scam that is interest rate. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff like that. So, because I just get this feeling that a lot of people, when Moon, are gonna take those crypto earnings to pay off debt. Like they're talking Lambos, they're talking new houses and investing in real estate. But a lot of people are trying to get out of debt, right? And I just thought to myself, this is a few months back. I'm like, What if you had a plan, a strategic plan laid out to rid yourself of your debt with your regular 9 to 5, with your regular side hustles, with your regular work from home things you got going on, and put your crypto wins in places to build this massive amount of cash flow and let the cash flow buy the assets. It's a great strategy. It's a great strategy. But if you're using 40, 50, 60, 70% of your win moon bag to pay off the debt that you got, it's a little harder. But if you had a plan to just use the income you already got, wouldn't that be much better? Just use a plan with the income you already got. Have a plan, have a date, know when it's going to be paid down. Learn strategies to do that. And which by turning the bank strategies against them, that the ones that they're using right now against us, flip it and turn it on them. That would be really cool. That would be really, really cool, right? So that's what I'm learning. That's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys as well. So I think it's fantastic. I really, really do. And for those who've been following the channel for a while, we talked about one of those, right? One of those financial products. Yeah, we actually shared it. We did it. We did a strategy live about a year and a half ago. And that's up 75% at a cost of 5%. That's really, really good, right? So Ski Mask Genesis that says they better relax and do things in order and keep the valuable asset. That's exactly what I'm saying, bro. That's exactly what I'm saying. Why not? I'm just thinking, I'm thinking for me and my home, not telling people what to do with the money. I'm thinking, why not keep the valuable asset? Even if it's a stable coin, it ain't the dirty, nasty fiat. Why not keep the value assets? Learn how to create cash flow and let those cash flow positions buy the freaking stuff. Buy the rental properties, buy the house, buy the Lambo, buy this summer home. Let the cash flow from the valuable assets. That's what Rich Dad Poor Dad talked about way back yonder. Let the cash flow from the valuable assets buy that stuff. Right? So, in any case, yeah. So I'm learning that, and I will definitely be sharing for those who might be interested because I just think, look, if that old traditional financial system got you in that debt because they used the rules against you, what if you had a way to flip it against them and get out of that debt? Keep your assets. Remember, it's a new financial system is being built out. That is a fact. And there are, in fact, valuable assets within this new financial system, right? Like not not assets that just go up when moon. I'm talking about valuable assets. Think ETFs. Think ETFs. Think the Bitcoin ETF, the Ethereum ETF, the XRP ETF that's coming, the Solana XRP, the Solana ETF that's coming. Think about those. Consider those as the financial world is saying those are the valuable ones. And institutions and 401ks about to hop all is going to hop all into them here in the next 6 to 18 months. When those 401ks and those TSPs, thrift saving plans, get access. Think about it. I don't see a link there, Barbie Taylor. I posted this link on my X, invited everyone. What's the link for? What is that for? Right? Just think about that. right? Because a lot of people right now, they just kind of feel lost. They feel like there's no hope, especially if you got student loans. Holy moly, the medical profession and student loans. Holy moly. I'm not sure how you could be paying on a student loan for 20 years and it's still not over. That's cray cray. Then the great thing about us as opposed to them out there is we know about the debasement of the currency. We know about the printing press going cray cray. We know about real inflation, right? You tackle on the knowledge that you have here because you're in the digital asset space. You tack it onto a strategy to attack that debt. You get a chance to hold on to your valuable assets and let those compound and grow. Mm, that's a surefire way to become part of the 1% in my way. No, there's no guarantee in my mind, but that feels like a sure guarantee. Feels like one. It really, really does. Let me see what else I want to cover with you guys here before I hit this share button. Every freaking body is talking about who is Flair Flanker? Who is freaking Flair Flanker? Welcome to the family. My guy Steve for real estate. I'm telling you, this dude is on it. I'm always learning something new from him. I'm telling you, always learning something new from him. Flair Education earned 209% APR with Cyclo Finance on Flair Network by way of our FLR, Rewards FLR. Rewards offering up to 2 billion FLR tokens just for participating in the ecosystem. Not sure how? Watch and get your piece of the pie. Did I pull that YouTube channel up for you guys? I want you guys to check him out. Yep, here it is right here. Steve Dash Slant Dash, the home loan expert on YouTube. You guys should definitely follow him. He's only got 1,000 subscribers. I'm telling you, this guy checks out. He finds, he discovers all the nuances to exponentially increase your holdings. Finding the best APRs, finding the best DeFi. I'm telling you, this guy's really, really good. Really, really, really good. Really good. There it is right here. Steve, the home loan expert. It says here, Flare Network earning our FLR emissions rewards 2 billion up for grabs. Go check my guy out. Make sure you subscribe to his channel and ring the notification bell. Do I have that on? Make sure you do that. I just did that. Important. I'm telling you, the guy nails it. Moon Chaser was at the Flare Networks meetup. She says here, Flare Networks in Japan. Flare Networks' intention is to become the DeFi hub for non-smart contract tokens, starting with XRP. And speaking of XRP, here's all the list of the ETFs that are coming. Grayscale's on here a bunch. CoinShares, Bitwise, VanEck, 21 shares. I think this is this Franklin Templeton, Franklin XRP Trust? I guess it is. Canary, XRP. It's a bunch of them. They're coming. And then this interesting post from Coin Bureau, I guess. Anyway, XRP flips BlackRock in market cap. XRP flips BlackRock in market cap. XRP's market cap has now surpassed BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager. Ripple surged to 179.35 billion, overtaking BlackRock at 177.80. I'm going to end this one right here with Amy from Flare, head of marketing with community at the core. All right. So here's layer 0 saying the Stargate DAO has approved our acquisition of Stargate. We spent 4 years building the rails to reinvent how value moves. Today, we accelerate our network effects. Layer zero is better money technology. Stargate is the interface for value transfer. Hmm. Interesting. Very, very. That's a big team up there. It's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. But that speaks to, remember, Flare Networks had decided to kind of shelve, this bridge thing that they had built. I forget the name of it. What's the name of it they had, Barbara, for their form of bridging? I forget what it was called. And they said, you know what? We're going to table that. We're going to put it on the shelf. We're going to focus more on the data interoperability blockchain and focus on the non-smart contract lane that we first entered into. And I always said that it was, you don't want to be distracted. You want to be laser focused. You want to win in a lane. Then once you've won in that lane, then you can move over and do other things. But it was a good move. But Amy, in her kind way of saying, told you we were right. Big W, says Amy. Big win for the entire crypto industry. A fully on-chain revenue generating business. $90 million in treasury, 200 million plus projected earnings this year, an entire M&A process made public. Mergers, acquisition. Layer zero plus Stargate team should be proud. Revolutionary moves, says Amy. From Flair's side, props to Hugo and the Research Slants business development crew. Calling Layer zero early was a forward-looking play. Fast forward, Layer zero now connects Flare to 130 chains. That's instant interoperability plus real liquidity inflows. 1900E, 4.8 million, 19 million USDC, 67 million plus USDT. Zero transcended from USDT. Why Flare making this move back then matters. The guys over at Flare were waiting for their opportunity to make this post. Liquidity routing into Flare before FS at launch. Capital partners plus early adopters can bridge in and tap incentives day one. And this is just a setup. The interoperability thesis is playing out in real time. Demand for real-world assets, regulated finance, and universal data queries is stronger than ever. Flare Network should be proud to have Layer Zero plus Stargate Finance as OG partners while committing to be the, all capitals, the option for connecting non-smart contract chains to DeFi. Nicely done, Amy. Nicely done. I'm going to hop off here. It's been a really, really cool hang. This is why everyone is talking about Flare Networks. This is why. Guys, do me a favor and hit that like button on the way out. That'd be really, really cool. I mean, the FLR price, awesome. What it's going to do this market, who knows? But again, I get the check out, go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, look up Caspa, KAS, go to all time, check the chart. For me, this layer one EVM blockchain, it feels like that. I'm not saying it's going to be like that. I don't know what it's going to be. But what I am saying is Caspa built out an awesome chain. They built out an awesome chain, and next it was on the scene, and it was killing the game. And only the people that were head down, focused on that ecosystem knew. And that feels like us as XRP holders and FLR holders and Songbird holders. That's what it feels like to me. I'm saying that's what it feels like to me. I don't know what the price of FLR is going to be, but what I do know is Flare Networks and the team there is building out a next level layer one EVM blockchain. And I believe that Flare Networks is becoming the promise of what Ethereum hoped to be. I really do believe that. Got a little gnat thing going on here. I really do believe that. Matt LaRoche is in the building. How are you, Matt? Appreciate you checking in, sir. Make sure you catch that replay. I'm about to hop off here. It's been a really, really cool hang. Happy Sunday. I wanted to check in. We just got back in town earlier today. I wanted to say hey to the family. I missed you guys. Do me a favor and hit that like button on the way out. That'd be really, really, really cool. And again, if you happen to be in that 55% or so of people that are hanging out, listening to, and watching the Crypto Siege, if you've been enjoying those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.